let me record our meeting right now. So, okay, so I'm waiting for you to rename yourself. Okay, we have then pro, then the cons, Mr. KDN Lucky, you haven't changed your name. Okay. Okay. Okay, then, Vicky, do you have any difficulties or something? I can rename you from here if you need. Okay. Okay, then. Okay, so are you ready, guys? Kok aku jadi yang deg-degan? Nggak sih, padahal santai aja. Okay, so you ready? Give me thumbs up if you're ready, guys. So I know you. I know that you are ready. Okay. Okay, Lucky, you ready? And then last, Mr. Rafa, you ready? Okay. Okay, I will start. So we can start debate, yeah. I don't say debate, I will say this discussion. Okay, supaya nggak terlalu tegang juga. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Safira Salsabila, and I'm going to be your moderator for today's discussion. But before we get started, let me tell you some regulation about today's discussion. Firstly, everyone should respect each other's point of view. And second, please don't interrupt someone mid-sentence. And the third, support your statement with evidence. And the last, I am the only one who guide for the flow for today's discussion. So without further ado, as we know that we will talk about e-learning, specifically, can e-learning substitute the classroom learning, right? So I think we can hear the opening statement from the pros first, the pros group. So like maybe from Mr. Kevin Jacksono or Mr. Nova or Kevin Ani yang mau deliver the opening statementnya first.
Okay. Thank you for the moderator. Good evening, rival team, and good evening, the respectful judges. The debate motion today is, can e-learning substitute the classroom learning? And our team firmly believe that in-person learning should be replaced by e-learning. Like considering the situation that is happening right now, COVID-19 is rising again, and based on the data, limited in-person learning has created a new cluster of COVID-19. Students and teachers are affected by that. So, and with the Omicron that is going on, so that's the first reason why in-person learning should be replaced. Other than that, we are also have been entering the 5.0 industry revolution, meaning that we have to be ready with the technology. And no exception, all of the nation in the world who want to live up their founding fathers' expectation should adapt in technology in terms of e-learning. So we are convinced that e-learning are better option to substitute.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you from the cons, and then like we can go the pros. I'm so sorry. Thank you for the pros group, and then we can go for the cons group.
Miss. I'm the first speaker from the Cons group. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the time of this the black. Okay, can learning substitute classroom learning. We think from this session, e-learning is can substitute classroom learning because e-learning make some student makes some student more tired. It's called Zoom fatigue or kelelahan Zoom because so many hours that student or people that using Zoom or other application to online is during long duration. And capability of human is not made to interact with device that online more with device that is certainly built so that make Zoom created is make learning for student is so hard. Secondly, our opinion to this argument to this contrast is lack of infrastructure. In Indonesia, is very wide country with many islands that not every island or every region not doesn't have good internet or tech device that support the classroom learning. Some people that not have the supporting technologies or device is made get to learning to that student. The third argument that we put the lesson is a lack skill of teacher. That we know many of teacher is from the old generation. I'm sorry that not many teacher have the capability to use new technology or new device. So that the lack of skill to operate or uh, to teaching by online system is make the classroom the learning classroom learning is hard to substitute the learning by directly meeting. That's our first statement for this uh, debate. Thank you, Miss.
Okay, I see. Thank you. And then, if anyone want to give some contradicted or something like that, you can raise your hand. But before that, I will tell you again, like from the pros side, they said that they believe e-learning can support every student because of the COVID-19 4.0 industry revolution. And so people should adjust in e-learning. But from the opposite side, they think that for the overtiming using Zoom, it can affect it to someone, and also from the devices and internet connection and lack of qualified teacher for doing e-learning. So like maybe from the pros side, to give contradicted statement.
Okay, Beni Jackson.
Oke, Miss.
Tani.
Dari saya, benefit of e-learning, I think the concept learning can learn from anywhere is the crucial differentiation for e-learning. E-learning has opened more a venue for a working professional to learn at the convention And then e-learning can be accessed using with computer or laptop and internet, even from small town, but with not if the place have a good connection or maybe good resource to buy laptop. And I think e-learning has a paperless method of the instruction and safeguard the environment. There is visible degree in power. Maybe enough, Miss.
I see.
Sorry, Miss, I
Mhm.
ada telepon masuk.
Okay, got it. Okay, so like from the pros side, they say that what I stress about paperless method, it can help for environment uh, issues as well because we use like of paper and we what it change to like more digitally. I mean, like from the cons, like you can what is it? Directly raise your hand, guys. Kalau misalnya mau yang langsung disanggah gitu. Okay, dan di hesitate kalau misalnya ada yang. Yeah. So like, go ahead for Fanny.
I'm gonna add some supporting data from what Mr. KDS said previously, and then maybe Mr. Luki later can tell us about research, a result from some research. So as Mr. KDS says that there will be a Zoom fatigue because some research says that for people in 16 to 18 years old, the maximum screen time is only 4 hours. So if you push yourself to like learn or study on screen like more than 4 hours, there will be a fatigue, especially in your eye area. And then there's also a shorter attention span within virtual settings as compared to in-person experiences. Most likely, we lose focus after the first 10 minutes. So usually it's only effective if there's a short course, but it's less effective when the courses takes up to like 4 to 5 hours in a day. And then
35
as
minutes.
explained,
Isn't it?
sorry?
Minutes or hours?
Hours. Like we only focus on 10 minutes, so it will be less effective when the courses takes up to hours. So, and then as explained before, infrastructure such as signal and device can affect their quality of teaching for delivering and also receiving the lessons, because based on the latest data from Open Signal, the availability for 3G and 4G in some areas, especially in East Indonesia, with population density under 100 people per kilometers, the coverage for 3G and 4G is under 80%. So it will broaden the disparity in education between people in Java and outside Java. Good to know that e-learning can be easier accessed, but unfortunately, some people just cannot afford it. And also the e-learning method can make something called social isolation, and it is not unlock the students' potential especially in communication skill. So they will be like socially awkward when they after school and they need to work in the real world. They will be socially awkward. I think that's all. Thank you.
Okay, I see. Like the second group said about the site signal, the connection. I mean, like the under 80% still 3G and under 30 80. I'm so sorry, under 80% in Indonesia is still 3G. So like it will be difficult for some people to access the internet, and e-learning must be substitutes with the classroom learning. Moving from the pros, there is another data that can support your statement. And also it can lack of social and soft skill for some people when they do e-learning because they don't interact each other. From pros, yes,
okay.
Mr. Kevin.
Okay, I just want to make stretch our argumentation as said before from Mr. Nova and Mr. Kevin Wicaksono. And as you can see that when we change our study method from the conversational class to the e-learning class, it might be support one of SDGs program, and it can say that yeah, we should decrease the deforestation. As you can see that with the conversational class or the classroom learning, maybe it will be needs a lot of paper for maybe doing a homework or maybe take a writing and anything like that. So with the e-learning, it will be very helpful for us to support our sustainable development goals program for increase the no, I mean for decrease the deforestation. So and I will maybe I will giving a solution for this topic for today discussion. And first, as you can see that if we want to changing the the conversational class to the e-learning class, we have we have to get grid funding. As you can see, as you know that as said from as said it from the our constitution that APBN is allocate minimum for 20%. So maybe we just can doing a revision for our constitution that maybe it will be increase the minimum of that allocation for education. So we want to increase that for maybe 40 to 50%. So maybe it will be very helpful for us to support our program to moving or to changing the method learning. So for the funding is it's for will facility and then maybe it will be used for increase the human resource such as the lecture or the teachers ability. So maybe they can given the scholarship for education to go abroad to the another country such as United States of America. As you know that United States has great education, great the best education mayor in the world. So maybe it will be very helpful. And then as we know that e-learning needs good technologies. So maybe that funding it will be used for information technology development. So and last we can given a solution for to make the restructuring our curriculum. So maybe it will be very helpful for us to support the changing from the conversational class to the e-learning class. Maybe that's all from me.
Okay, Mr. Nova, do you want to give additional evidence before I give to the second group?
Yeah, to make it short, we know that school bullying are happening in-person learning. So the data showed almost 94% of students are experiencing the bullying in school. So if we shift to the e-learning, so that their parents can control their behavior and then the bullying can be minimized.
Okay, so like that's kind of the closing statement from group one. Like the e-learning process can support the United Nations program, the SGD, Sustainable Development Goals, especially for deforestation, the environmental issue. How about the cons? Maybe you can give like a conclusion statement.
In cost?
Mhm.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Maybe you can read this one of research, and we argument this in this why e-learning can subtext the classroom learning, because this one research is support why e-learning is that it is the classroom learning is more effective than online learning. And this one in this research is the title is from closed classroom to online and compare the effective and student academic performance of classroom learning and online learning. And this research in July 2021, and I think it is a new research, and it is available, and this a fresh of research. And this one of research is in the institute in Ghana, and I think this is uh, not same characteristic in Indonesia, but it's similar of the characteristic. And in this research, in this results of the research is the teaching and learning, we are more effective before of the coronavirus than during the coronavirus. And the students average performance before before the coronavirus was found to be higher, and then their average score performance during the coronavirus. And this is I think this is a good research, because the respondent is get to many students in Ghana, and the context in this research is focused on the content course and the pedagogic approach and interactive, the implement of the interaction between student, teacher, and student, and the what in lingkungan, what is lingkungan, and yeah, and the research is talk about assessment, feedback, and evaluation, because the uh, in the research, basic in research is a talk about the assessment and integral part of teaching learning, because challenge teacher consider variety of the assessment techniques were meets to subjects learning needs. And in this research is this is the teacher is more effective to teaching in student, and student are more effective to study with classroom learning. This is a basic from the research.
Okay, I see. Like from the cons, have an additional before I close. Yeah, right. Spania.
Yeah, actually, it's pretty interesting because previously Mr. Kevin said about our sustainable development goals.
Mhm.
But please don't forget that our SDGs programs is also including quality of education and reduce inequality. So those two aspects also in our SDGs program in 2030. While in fact, there will be a huge gap of educational quality from people who can access e-learning with people who cannot access. So we are not on the same page yet within aspects, especially in Indonesia. So based on all those reasons, I do really think that e-learning cannot substitute, but due to its positive impacts, it can complement the classroom class. So the classroom class will not be totally replaced by e-learning, but it can be like complemented by e-learning. We provide the higher alternatives for people who can access, but we don't reduce or we're not deleting all the basics education system for people who cannot access e-learning. Thank you.
Okay, that's a good point actually. So like to sum up all, you already gave the statement from pros and cons, and then like I would say we cannot change at all, but we can do like combination, like mixing both of learning and classroom learning. So like in turn of the United Nations program, like the environmental and the quality of education, we can implement it, both of them as well. Because as we know that we live in the globalization era, we need to adjust in everything, the advance of the technology. But in the other side, we cannot forget about the interaction as well as a society. So the student can also still have a social and interaction skill. So to sum up all, I would say that we can combine both of e-learning and classroom learning. Okay, so like that's the interesting topic, guys. I like how you deliver the statement with the strong evidence and data. And then let's give applause for we all, guys. Yay! Jadi sangat santai aja. Kayak because the time is not too much for us. Like we just have a 20 until 30 minutes for a debate. But wait, I already record.